Good morning, student. In chapter number 11, Force and Pressure, we are on the next topic, that is contact forces and non-contact forces. So there are two kinds of forces, contact and non-contact. In contact forces, so first thing is, what is contact forces? The force which is exerted on any object by the contact, by the touching. Okay, so when we touch anything, when we interact with any object, then only if the force is applied or exerted, this kind of force is known as the contact force. Whereas on the other hand, the non-contact forces are the force in which we cannot interact with the object, or we cannot touch the object, and even then force has been applied or exerted, that are known as non-contact forces. So under the contact forces, there are two kinds of forces, muscular force and the friction. So muscular force, the force which is exerted by the internal muscles, the force which are resulting due to the action of muscle is known as muscular force. Like when we lift anything, when we hold anything, when we open the door, when we close the door, when we open the drawer, when we do any kind of task with the help of our muscular force, then that is known as this is the kind of force, the muscular force. Okay, so in daily routine work, we do lots of work. We go to the school, we lift our bags, we hold our books. Okay, we have our breakfast, we move on the stairs. These kind of work which we do in a regular routine work. And in this work, we utilize our muscles. And by the action of muscles, the force has been developed, that is a muscular force. This is the muscular force of the human being. But not only the human being, there are so many animals who also work by the help of muscular forces, like the animals like cows, buffaloes, elephants, camels, these donkeys. These are the animals who serve us for with their muscular forces. Okay, and this is the contact force. Now on the other hand, frictional force. This is a frictional force. So first of all, what is the meaning of friction, or what is friction? It is important to discuss, or it have to be discussed here. So friction is what? Friction is a kind of force, a type of contact force in which always oppose the movement, which always oppose or resist the motion or the movement of any object. Okay, like when if I keep the ball here or a pen here, and this pen is in resting condition, but as I push it start moving. Similarly, there are so many examples. There could be so many examples, like as it is given in the book. A ball rolling along the ground gradually slows down and finally comes to rest. When we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and finally comes to a stop. A car or a scooter also comes to a rest when its engine is switched off. Similarly, a boat comes to rest if we stop rowing. So these are kind of things in which we have seen that in a first half the things or the objects are moving, but after that, after some time, after some moment, they comes in a resting state or in a static state. Okay, so this resting state occurs due to the frictional force, because friction is the force which opposes the movement of the object, whether the object is bicycle or the scooter. Okay, all these situations, no force appears to be acting on the objects, yet their speed gradually decreases and they come to rest after some time. If we push the thing, or if we give a boost up to these objects, then the speed will not be decreased and the frictional force will not be in the action. But if we are not giving any extra force or any extra push to the object, to the moving object, then after some time, after some moment, the object will be in the resting condition. So this is the frictional force. Okay. The force of friction always acts on all the moving objects, and its direction is always opposite to the direction of the motion, as I have discussed. This line is very, very important and defining line. Since the force of friction arises due to contact between surfaces, it is also an example of contact force. Okay. So after that, the next is the non-contact force. The non-contact forces. Under this, we will learn about the magnetic force. There are three kinds of contact forces, basically or majorly. The three forces which are magnetic forces, the electrostatic forces, and the last one, that is the gravitational force. So first thing is the magnetic force. As we have learned or as we have discussed about the magnets in standard 6th, you know very well the magnets have two poles, north and south pole. Without any contact, if both the poles are opposite, they attract the other one. Okay, without any contact, without any touching. Okay, this is a non-contact force, and due to the strong attraction, magnetic attraction, they attract the material. Like if here we can, instead of these two magnetic bars, if we use only a single magnetic bar and some iron nails, when we rotate the magnetic bar over the iron nail, all the iron nail will stick on the magnetic bar without any touching. It means there is a strong force of attraction, and that force is non-contact force, because we are not because the magnet is not interacting directly with the iron nail. So this is the magnetic force, and it is a non-contact force. The force exerted by a magnet is an example of non-contact force. This is very important and defining line again. The next is electrostatic force. The electrostatic force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body. This is the force which are exerted by the charged body on another charged or uncharged body. This is known as electrostatic force. Like in chapter 15, we have learned that if we rub any object, that means the object become charged. And like when we rub the plastic scale with the hairs or with the any rough surface, like with our cloth or with our sweaters or any rough surface, then that by the rubbing, that scale or plastic scale become charged. And if we keep the plastic scale over the or near the paper pieces or the hairs, then the hair always or the paper pieces will always be attracted towards the rubbed charged plastic scale. So this is due to the force of attraction, that is a non-contact force of attraction, and it is the electrostatic force. Now the third one, that is the very important, and gravitational force. You know very well that our earth pulls everything towards its center because of this gravitational force, because our earth having its own attraction, its own force of attraction, that is the gravity or gravitational force. This is also a non-contact force. So this is all for today, children. And because of gravity, you know, everything falls in the downward direction. Okay, from upward to the downward direction. As we have opened the tap, always we can see that running water flows from the tap to the downward. So this is due to the gravity. Okay, this is all for today, children. I hope you all have understood the thing which I have explained in today's video. So thank you for watching this video.